Welcome to eKids International System of Education, IS. This part of the presentation will focus on key fundamental principles of teaching maths for juniors. The first fundamental principle is every child learns at his or her own pace. There is no ideal learning rate for a given age group. Let us discuss elaborately. No two children have exactly the same mental makeup. Every child constructs knowledge in his or her own unique way. So why should their learning paths be the same? The most effective learning program is that which allows the child to determine his own path. So, if an 11-year-old has a knack for algebra, he or she should be able to do even grade 10 algebra, while he goes slower in other topics. The next fundamental principle is effective learning takes place if the material presents a challenge that is just above the cognitive level of the student. Let us discuss elaborately. Challenges motivate students, but if the challenge is too advanced for the student, he or she will be discouraged. A challenge has to be just at the right level, a little over his, her current level, enough to make his, her curious, to learn more. But not too daunting, for it to become a motivating factor. The next fundamental principle is frequent exposure to appropriate learning material enhances learning. Let us discuss elaborately. This is a fact often authenticated by the grief of teachers, that students forget everything in the holidays. Long gaps can, in fact, often cause a fall in learning levels. A learning program should address this problem by allowing a child to revisit any topic she wants, at any time. The next fundamental principle is learning through drill alone, without understanding, is not learning. Let us discuss elaborately. The philosophy to improve mathematics is the more you practice, the more you perform better. Even as we say that frequent exposure increases the chances of better learning, it is important to note that the quality of the learning is a critical factor. More exposure to just drill questions can improve short-time rote-based learning. But for real improvement, that would affect how a student develops and performs later in life. It is important to expose him to the right kind of material, which understands, or real-time application-oriented. The next fundamental principle is though individual variations exist, there are universal patterns in learning, and these patterns can help children learn better. Let us discuss elaborately. Research has shown that there are clearly discernible or visible patterns in student learning. These patterns relate to concepts that students find difficult, the areas where students have misconceptions, and so on. Identifying these patterns and then factoring them into a learning program is critical for it to really help students learn better. Thank you.